Thank you, Phil. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday celebration of love. I am Reverend Helen Vello. I welcome you home to your beautiful, beautiful self. We come together on a Sunday to just celebrate this atmosphere of love, living from our hearts, opening our minds to new possibilities. And of course, our theme this month is stepping into the new. And so, with that, I am going to invite our beautiful musical guest, Phil Jacobs, to lead us off in a song that we all know. We're all really familiar with this song if you've been to our in-person services, so you can sing along. And so take it away, Phil.
Thank you, Helen. Good morning, everyone. Very grateful to be here this morning with you all. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 bright sunshiny day. Oh yes, I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow that I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is that rainbow that I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright sunshiny day. Bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright sunshiny day.
Beautiful, Phil. And I was thinking as I look out my window, yes, yes, at some point today it is going to be a bright, shiny day, sunshiny day. But you know what? Also, it can be a bright, sunshiny day in our minds. And so I will stick with that in my mind for now and trust it'll show up in form at some point today. Oh, thank you for that. And I'm going to light my candle here. Oh, and invite you all to take a deep breath in. Breathe in. Just knowing that the light is within each and every one of us. I invite you to join me in this invocation. I am the soul. I am the light. I am love. I am kindness. I am goodness. I am beauty. I am wisdom. I am justice. I am truth. I am wholeness. I am abundance. I am joy. I am all that I am. Affirming this, I rise in my mind to recognize I am part of an infinite whole, the divine nature of life itself. I choose my heart, my soul as my source of inspiration. I open the doorway of my heart and I enter into the past, present, and future simultaneously, honoring all that has come before us, our ancestors, our teachers. I honor this moment, this glorious moment, right here, right now, seeing the light within each and every one of us, all beings. I recognize the constant renewal of my mind is the key to joyous living. I open my mind to the possibilities, and so it is. And so take a breath in. And Phil, take us away with this next glorious song.
Thank you, Helen. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country that isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living a life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood, oh man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
I invite everybody to take a breath after that beautiful, beautiful song, Phil, knowing that we are one. Because what I know is there is one beautiful, intelligent field of the divine presence of God, of spirit, of universal intelligence. And I know that this beautiful, beautiful intelligence, this field, flows into human form as me. And this is true for each and every one of us. We are, and I am, an expression of God. And as God's expression, I am perfect, whole, and complete, exactly as I am. And anything that I perceive outside of me is a mirror of what is within. Everything. And since God is all there is, and since I am God expressing in form, I'm an expression of God's all. We are all that. We are one. I remember who I am. I am so grateful for this knowledge, for this truth. It changes my life for the better. It makes everything holy and beautiful and loving. So in gratitude, I release these words, knowing that they are so. I let go and I let God, and so it is.
And so it is, Judy. That was beautiful. Thank you. And how wonderful to see you. And I know you're up very early this morning from Cranbrook, BC. You're 2 hours ahead of us, behind us, ahead of us, behind, whatever way it's earlier for you by 2 hours. How are you, and how are you renewing your mind this month?
Well, interesting question. Every time I've done a talk at the center, online or in person, something new came into my life that was just matching our theme. Two things have happened in particular. One of them was I didn't think I'd ever golf again. I golfed for 15 years and I haven't golfed in 15 years. And I just found out that joining the golf club across the street beside the entrance to the forest, the golf club was half price for seniors. And I thought, oh, this is doable. So I'm going to do this. So the new thing that's happening is my social life is about to expand because I'm going to join the Ladies' Day. And I've been out there hitting balls, and it's a little too cold right now, but the course just opened. And the other new thing, I'm so excited about that. The other new thing that happened is, that's having a huge impact on me, is I signed up for an 8-week course with Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, and Lynn McTaggart. And it's about everything that we have, everything within us is all we need. And it's called Technology, Consciousness, and Evolution. And Greg Braden's, one of his favorite sayings is, he talks about what it means to be human. And so this whole course, at least I've only listened to the first module with Greg. It's really reinforcing for me that we are perfect, whole, and complete, and it has a deeper meaning now. And we say that all the time in our Science of Mind. I am perfect, whole, and complete. Now this is really taking it to a deeper level. And there's a quote from one of the first modules is by Greg, and he says, when we replace our natural biological capacities with digital devices, and we do this, and some are good, no judgment, but when we do this, with AI, robots, etc., our natural abilities begin to atrophy. We lose our humanness. Now, there's no judgment here because some of these things, there's no right or wrong, because some of these things we need. But what he says is, we are the technology. I just love that. We are the technology, and we're really at the crossroads between technology and humanness. So are we willing to give away our humanness is really what the question is. So, in Science of Mind, we say we are the creators of our life. And just knowing that everything that I need is within me just strikes such a deeper chord. Knowing that, of course, we're going to use some of the digital technology, but how much of ourselves are we going to give away? Everything. It isn't really a new understanding, but it's going a lot deeper for me. I just love listening to this man, and I know I'm going to enjoy listening to Bruce Lipton and to Lynn McTaggart. I'm so excited. So that's what's new in my life.
That's a lot of new in your life. That's a lot of renewing of your mind as well. If you think about, first of all, going and playing golf after not playing for so long, your mind, your body is going to be renewed and getting all that muscle memory and brain memory back on how to play golf, which some of it you haven't lost,
right.
Your humanness, but then also to be expanding your consciousness by, again, stepping into and taking something that's so aligned with what we teach, and you're having a renewed experience of our oneness. And I love that.
It's been a tough winter, in some ways. When I came here to Cranbrook, it's not without its challenges. I would have been challenged in Ontario, and this is not without its challenges also. And that's okay. Life is full of challenges, and it's how we meet them that's important. But this has just been such a brilliant new way of thinking and a new life that I'm embarking on. So I'm pretty excited. I'm so excited about the social part. I've met a woman already who said she'll golf with me a few times before I join the ladies' day, because my wrists are still a bit sore. But what I said to her was, I went to the physio and I said, and I went to the physio right away once I knew I was going to be golfing, because my wrists are a bit stiff, but they're much healed. It was a pretty serious, they were serious sprains. And I said, funny thing, as soon as I knew I was golfing, my wrists suddenly felt better. How is that for mind-body connection?
I love that you were proving that, our body is a reflection of our mind.
Exactly.
And yes. And the moment you step into that expansive, excited energy, things change in our bodies. It's
Exactly.
fabulous. I love
Yeah.
it. Oh, Judy, this leads right into the affirmation, which I'm actually going to bring up on the screen for people.
Okay.
And if you would lead us in our affirmation.
Okay. So perfect here. Everything I desire in my life is within me. And I invite you to say that to yourself. Everything I desire in my life is within me. Namaste.
Oh, thank you, Judy. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. And it's delightful to see you and speak with you directly while seeing you as well.
Ditto. Thank you. Lovely to see everybody.
And Phil, you are going to lead us off in our feature song, which again goes so well with our theme, because the name of your song, the title of your song is
Remember.
Yes.
Remember who you are.
Remember who you are. Take it away.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom today, Judy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful share. I know I feel better when I play guitar. So whatever pains that are there, if I play my guitar, I'm like, oh, that's all better now. You mean the world to me. I hope that you can see my wishes. You are free. and all the things you can be. Can you spread your wings and fly? But the haters will pass you by, and you'll be as you'll be, but flying and be free. So let it be. You are already free, but you don't know it yet. And sometimes we forget who you really are. Some take their lives away only to ease their pain that they can't rid themselves in this lifetime. Only we can save the helpless with the brave. Onwards we will go, the greater we will grow. So let it be. We are already free, but we don't know it yet. And sometimes we forget who we really are. So let it be. You are already free, but you don't know it yet. Sometimes we forget who we really are, but we don't know it yet. Sometimes we forget who we really are, but you don't know it yet. Sometimes we forget who we really are. Whoa.
Beautiful, Phil. And don't we forget who we really are and what our purpose is and what we're meant to do here on this earth plane. Oh my goodness. My talk title is, what is it? What does it mean? What's it mean? What does our life mean? What is our purpose here? We ascribe meaning to everything that we do and experience. And many of us are sometimes just waiting to get through the end of the day because it feels empty. And this is one of the great reasons we come together. This is what it means. We come together to know that there's more than just getting through the day. But what does it all mean? It means exactly the meaning you give to it. That's it. That is absolutely it. So, to think of ourselves as, just waiting to get through this experience that the world is having and asking, what does it all mean? Well, there are I looked it up this morning, 7.8 billion people in the world right now. So there are 7.8 billion people that are ascribing 7.8 billion different meanings to what the experience is. And who's right, who's wrong? Or does it even matter? Does it even matter? Because the meaning that we ascribe to everything is what propels us in our consciousness to either rise up and know and come back into remembering who we are and that we're free no matter what, or we collapse into that place of fear and despair and trying to control, trying to figure it out and control our life. So, when you say, what is it going to take for us to just get through this? It's like we're not living. We are not really living, because what we want to start to step into is every day is this beautiful opportunity for us to completely detach from any meaning making that we are giving it and be in that place of flow and knowing who we are. It's so funny because I've had 2 office jobs in my life. One was when I was 16 and I got hired to work as a receptionist at my dad's hangar in Edmonton, the industrial airport that was in the center of Edmonton. And that was okay because I got to talk to people, right? Talk to lots of pilots going back and forth. It's where I met my first boyfriend. I looked into his blue eyes and I fell into them, and I knew that he was going to be the one for me for a while. And but there were always lots of people to talk to and I glean information from, and it was very social. And it was only for a summer, so I was okay. The second job I had was working for a friend of mine, doing administrative work in an office where I didn't talk to anybody. That was not good. That was not good for me, being an extrovert, liking talking to people. That is what I love to do. But also, I was, well, you all know, I'm not a great administrator. I've always said that. That's not my wheelhouse by any means. I prefer to create. I prefer to talk to people and work with people. But no, I don't want to be stuck at a desk doing administrative work. So I quit, and my friend said, well, thank God you quit, because I was going to have to fire you. And when I was in that position, it was just getting through the day. What can I do to get through the day? And from there, it was like, all right, what do I need to do to get through tomorrow? Get through the next day. Oh God, the weekend's here. Thank goodness I have 2 days off. And how many of us are living our life just trying to get through the day, make some sort of sense to it, and not fully being in flow and in touch with who we are? Stop trying to make sense of what's happening. Stop giving it meaning. Maybe it just doesn't mean anything. Maybe it means nothing. Maybe it is this opportunity for us to release the shackles in our mind of having to control life and come back into flow. Come back into remembering who we are. Because life is always going to change. And so life changes, and then we try to make meaning of the change, and then it changes again. Well, now I need to make meaning of this. And then it changes again. Well, what does it all mean? Nothing. Absolutely nothing, except for the meaning we give it. And the difficulty with giving it meaning is that it can have us continue to loop back into our survival brain and stay stuck in fear. The whole idea is to come into the Buddha nature of release, let go, empty ourselves out, empty our minds, not attach meaning to anything and be in that complete place of allowing. And if I go back to the symbolic nature of Easter that I talked about, it's the process of the dying off of the old self and being reborn in the spiritual sense. And this is what we want to do in our own consciousness, is to know that we are living and creating our life in a manner that is a direct reflection of who we are, versus giving meaning to the relative world. Oh, this happened, so this is what it means in the world of form, and so this is it. No, there are many possibilities here, but we tend to glob on to one particular meaning. And it's because we have this imprinting of Newtonian physics that is it's been running through our consciousness for centuries. And Newtonian physics provides us with an extremely valuable tool of predicting outcomes in the events of the world of form, but it's not relative when it comes to understanding ourselves as God, as this God nature, as the consciousness with the power of the universe that we can use to live from this place of complete detachment from the world of form. And to understand we don't have to wait to get through something. It is about being and remembering that we are all participating in the creation of our life, of the universe, and that we all affect one another. And I think back to the surrender experience, the surrender experiment that was written by Michael Singer. And I know the book club just completed that. And I think of how he, along the road of his life, the journey of his life, he just said yes. Michael Singer said yes. This is showing up? Yes. This is showing up? Yes. And what happened for him is his life took a very expansive turn, but it also took a very unexpected turn of having to deal with the IRS. He was one of the founding members of WebMD, and other people had made choices and decisions that he was unaware of, which ended him up in a bit of a muddle, or a big muddle, depending on the meaning you give it, with the IRS. And he still maintained this place of complete detachment, surrender, and not ascribing this meaning to it, and allowed it to unfold exactly as it was meant to unfold. Now, that's a pretty tall order, and I certainly choose not to be in that position or have that experience. And I ask myself the question, am I willing to release the meaning, to release attachment, to fully surrender and say yes to what shows up, and be in that place of allowing versus just waiting to get through something? And I think of myself sitting in that office waiting to get through the day, and that was probably one of the least happy times of my life. And I really had to question myself as to, what am I doing here? Like, this is not my journey. This is not the future that I want to be living in. And it was a wonderful time to reflect and say, you know what? I'm going to leave this, because I am not fulfilled, even though I was making great money. And yes, okay, I was learning some skills, although I don't think those administrative skills really stuck with me. I decided to let those go. And And I was surviving, which was a bit antithetical to my internal belief system of my life is filled with experiences. That is my already established premise, is life is filled with wonderful, exciting experiences. Well, I was not having a wonderful, exciting experience, and I really said, okay, I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm letting it go. And this is where each one of us, we have the power to tap into our own God self and allow ourselves to be guided intuitively versus like our head and other people might be telling us what we should be doing. Oh, what if you actually let your heart do the talking? And this is my new little mantra of, is my head doing the talking or is my heart doing the talking? I'm going to allow my heart to do the talking. One of the difficulties of this is that we are human meaning-making machines. I'm going to say that again. We are human meaning-making machines. We live on meaning. And the meaning you give to your experience, the meaning you give to that story that's going on in your head about why that person didn't call you or why that person did this, that is the world that you are going to live in. That is what your experience is going to be. So what if you let go of that meaning? What if you let it go? I don't know. I don't know why that person is doing what they're doing. As a matter of fact, it's not even really my business. I don't know why that person is not calling me back. Do I need to know? When it comes down to it, no, I don't need to know. Just go and live my life. But we get so caught up in hanging on to making meaning out of everything, when actually it means nothing. Nothing. We are the ones who ascribe the meaning to it. So, whether we talk about meaning or information or observation or our interpretation or logic or ideas or language, it all has to do fundamentally with the level of consciousness that we are at. And so I love what Judy said about, are we losing our humanness by using more technology? Well, we don't have to lose our heart and our soul if we're willing to let go and allow it to lead us on our journey. And, really to have that consciousness of love only. Love only. Recognize we live in a world of infinite possibilities, and we get to choose those possibilities. It all has to do with where our consciousness is. Meaning is never found separate from anything else. It's always found within us. It is this cognizant field of awareness, and meaning has no meaning unless it is occurring within our own mind. And what is our own mind often based on? History. Right? We go right back to, in the past it meant this. And this is what I was told, so this is what it must be. This is what I grew up with. Or this is what I've lived with all my life, so this must be the meaning. No, because the meaning making is an inside job. And there is no meaning that is complete in and of itself. It's always dependent on the context that we are living in. So we have choice. I can make meaning out of something, or I can let it go. And we all have those shoulds and shouldn'ts going on in our life. You know, what we should or shouldn't be doing, what is good, where do I need to improve? Well, maybe you don't. Maybe you just need to be and enjoy your life. And we have a lot of shoulds and shouldn'ts about what people should do in a variety of circumstances. You know, someone told me the other day that they were told by someone that they shouldn't make any decisions about their life for a minimum of 1 year after their spouse died. Is that right or wrong? That might be right for that person. But I said, okay, well, that's their belief. And everyone will have an opinion, and everyone's going to make meaning out of the choices that you make. But ultimately, the only one who knows what is most loving and supportive and expansive for you is you. And everybody else's opinions, they only mean the meaning you give them. Now, can we use it as information to see if that resonates with us? Absolutely. But when we hang on and we make so much meaning and we make it right or wrong, then we've just contracted our whole energy field, as opposed to, okay, that is what means well for them, but not necessarily for me. And you know, this is why for us as spiritual practitioners, our job is to know the truth. We don't give advice. We don't tell people what they should or shouldn't do. We know the truth. We know the truth of ourselves, and we know the truth of each and every person that we pray with or pray for. And that is, there's an infinite presence, an infinite knowing, an intelligence within that person, within each and every person, that knows exactly what to do. And our job as practitioners is to fully recognize that in ourselves, to radiate that so much that it inspires the other person to know that for themselves. It's not to make the other person know it. It's that they open up and they receive the word, and it activates their own innate intelligence that then informs them, oh, this is who I am, and I know what to do for me. So Ernest Holmes wrote this in 1932, and just listen to how this applies for today. We are living in a world of continual change. Yeah, no kidding. A world in which thought, thing, and experience are all in constant states of flux. It is the very nature of the universe that there should be continual change and variation. It is a living world. Just want you to take those words in. It is a living world. The creation of a living, creative intelligence, not a static world, created by a God, now dead or departed, who has left it to decay. No, our world, it's vital, it's alive, and the mind that created it is not apart from the world, but is always active in and through the world, the universe, each one of us, each one of us. And Then he went on to write, we should never be afraid of change, never fearful of what will come. Instead, we should bring to bear on each new event the influence of the creative nature of our thought. And oh, isn't our thought creative? Because I know my thoughts can make up a huge story and give it a whole lot of meaning. And my thoughts can also come into knowing the truth of who I am. Our thought, an influence that is founded on an inward calm, a sense of certainty and peace that will reflect itself in the changing scene of our everyday lives, which goes right back to what Judy so eloquently spoke in her treatment, that all of life is a reflection of our consciousness. And we have such tremendous, full, rich choices to make in our own consciousness to know that we are our God self and we're not separate from anyone or anything. And so as we look for and discover the nature of the infinite, which does not change, we develop complete trust in its integrity. Complete trust in the integrity of the infinite, which comes right back into emptying out everything that is not in alignment with the integrity, the wholeness of that infinite God self that is who we are, that runs through our veins. And so when we come to know and have this intimate, personal relationship as the infinite, as our God self, then our awareness and understanding that everything is unfolding in this forward momentum for evolution, we can let go. We don't have to make meaning of anything. What if it has no meaning? What if it all just is? And we're all raising up in consciousness so that we come back to remembering who we are. So think about that when you go to ascribe meaning to a situation, to a thought that's hanging on there and running around like a little hamster on the wheel in your mind, and it's driving you nuts, or it's waking you up at 2 a.m. It's like, oh my God, what is the meaning that I am giving to this particular thought? Because it's only coming from my own consciousness. And therefore, I have the ability to let it go, to practice detachment, especially in making meaning of, things that really we ought to just let it go. It's impeding our sense of joy in the world. It's impeding our sense of wonder in the world. And Phil and I were talking earlier about yesterday walking outside and seeing the buds. The buds are just starting, and all this rain and then the warmth, they're going to explode. And can we just be in wonder and awe of the presence and the intelligence of nature itself, and know that that's who we are, and let it unfold. Let your mind bloom into something that is absolutely glorious, and stop making meaning of the stories in your head. For as the wonderful, intelligent, brilliant Rick Tamlin says, it's all made up. It's all made up. So just let it go. Let it go. And know that each one of us is this beautiful, infinite self creating and sustaining our own human self. And we're just making stuff up. We are human meaning-making machines. And maybe we ought to put a what is it when you put a cog in the wheel to stop the wheels from turning? Just, jam up that wheel, stop it from turning. I know there's a saying for that. I don't know if I quite got the right saying. But so, for each one of us, the goal is to overcome this illusion of separation and stop waiting. Stop waiting in your life. Stop making meaning of things that have no meaning. And, really stop making meaning of what doesn't need to be, and which keeps us in waiting for something good to happen. No, we can live our lives fully right here, right now. Let it all go. So just take a breath in, breathe in, and just let it all go. What does it all mean? I don't know. I think that's going to be my new answer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't need to know. But I do know that there is an infinite creative intelligence within me, within each and every one of us, that can evolve in consciousness and flow in life, expand, grow, and live life fully. So I'll take that. And may you as well. And have a beautiful, beautiful day. And so it is. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. And so, as I move into our mission statement, which is supporting people in raising their spiritual intelligence. Once we get into that place of spiritual intelligence, then we see the bigger picture. It only has the meaning I give it. And we do this through using new thought principles and philosophy to transform people's lives. And we do this through classes, meditation, prayer, music, community events, and our Sunday celebration of love. And I invite you to say our vision statement with me. Love only. Forgive everything. Remember who you are. And with that, I also invite you to share our divine giving affirmation and affirm this for yourself. Divine love flows through me. It blesses and multiplies all that I have, all I give, and all I receive. I am richly blessed, creating a greater and greater flow of abundance. And so it is. And you can send your donation in to us through e-transfer or on our website. And this month, 10% goes to Forests Ontario. Since it's spring and they're going to be planting a whole lot of trees, let's support the reforestation of our beautiful forests that we have here in Ontario. And with that, Mad Hatter Bingo tonight. Woohoo! You can sign up on our website. You'll get your tickets at about 6:30 tonight, along with the Zoom link. There is a prize for the best hat. And, get creative. I'm making my hat out of things around the house. So it doesn't have to be a specific hat. You can go a little bit crazy and just put on your head whatever you want. And we'll have a whole lot of fun. We've got some great music. And of course, Reverend Fred Wimette is our bingo caller, who is always full of delightful surprises. So join us tonight at 7 p.m. Spirit Breath continues Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. and at noon. And I want to say thank you, Phil, for your beautiful, beautiful music. Thank you, Judy Southern, for your brilliant consciousness. And thank you to all of you, Welcome Home community. Also, just looking ahead for events coming up, I was talking to Phil, and at some point this summer, I do want to have a community picnic in the park and have Phil and Aiden join us for music, and I promise I will feed them. Hope you like Indian food. But just for us to get together, and how this is going to look and when it's going to happen, I don't know, but just to really be able to see you all and share some time and energy with you. Also, there is a board meeting today at 11:15, so you can join us. Just send me an email if you want the link, if you don't already have it. And bless you. Thank you all. I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And Phil, I'm going to take it away.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you for your wisdom always. And how great is that going to be to meet in person and have Indian food and see all of your faces in person? That's going to be wonderful. So if we hold that vision, we can manifest it at some point. Woohoo!
Someday I'll wish upon a star. I'll wake up where the clouds are far behind me, yeah. Where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh, why can't I? Oh, well, I see trees of green, red roses too. I'll watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue I see clouds of white at the brightness of day, highlights the dark, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. Oh, I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we will know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, yeah. Where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly in the dream that you dreamed of. Oh, why can't I? Oh, da 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 da. Ooh, da 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 da.
Beautiful. Thank you, Phil. And there are so many comments on YouTube about your music and
Thank you
people
so much.
loving the song selection today, and many comments about you, Judy, and just how brilliant you are. And so thank you both. Thank you. And thank you. Welcome home, community. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next week. Much love. Bye. Hello, Werner from Germany.
Hello,
Nice to
Ellen.
have you
Thank
join
you.
us.